Sugar can also play 9 instruments, he tells me. It's pretty good. It's a big serve. Good first pass in the middle. And this kill is down, and I believe a Charger was even on the net as well. Schmies with his first kill. Jack Schmies, second-year player out of Swift Current. And the Brazilian, Policarpo, will go back to serve in his 4th year of eligibility. Here comes Diego. His serve handled there by Bolton. Stadola! And the Avs are on the net this time. Schindel was on the net. Schindel of his second year out of Swift Current. A couple of Swifties on this team. And I don't mean Taylor Swift fans, although that's possible as well. Stadola will go back to serve for the Chargers. A lot of time back there. And he goes into the net. Maybe too much time. And it's 7-3 as Braun will come back in. Clark has his seat for the Avs. So Schmies will go back to serve. You can call him Seabass, apparently, with those teal shoes are quite nice. Wrap it in the middle. There's a kill. Liam Conlon with a kill. And it's 8-4. And Adolfsson will go back to serve out of Norway in his 3rd season. Adolfsson serve. Here's an ace. Adolfsson. That's a point, and it's 9-4. Might remember that the Chargers lost to the COTR Avalanche last season in the bronze medal match for the Avalanche's 3rd consecutive PACWEST bronze. Both hoping to play for gold here. That one dug by LaGuardia. Stadola. Clark with a big dig. It's going to be tough in the net. Boston Thiessen jumps, battles with Conlon. That one just tipped over by the Chargers. Chanel was dug. There's Bolton with a kill. Good job, back and forth. Both teams, liberos particularly, LaGuardia and Clark on both sides of the net. Coming up with some massive digs. And the Avalanche want to talk things over, down 10-4. Cisco Ferreira, very good coach for the Avalanche. Kelvin Ma, solid coach for the Chargers. Playing the chess match here with the pieces that they own. And it's 10-4. The winner moves on to play for PACWEST Gold tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Where they will either face the Douglas Royals or the VIU Mariners. We'll find out who wins that semifinal coming up at 8 o'clock tonight. The team that does not succeed this afternoon will play for bronze tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Something the Avalanche are very familiar with. They've won 3 straight PACWEST bronze. And coming out of the timeout, both teams showing good body language, good energy coming off both sidelines. The Chargers have the advantage, 10-4, here early stages in this opening set of this men's semifinal. Adolfsson will go back to serve, 6'4". He's a big dude out of Norway. And here he comes. Policarpo's pass goes over the net. Free ball for the Chargers. In the middle, a one-handed block by Braum. 6'5", you need all of it. And he got his big right hand on the stuff as Conlon was vying for another kill. 10-5, and Thiessen will go back to serve. Here he comes. His serve, passed by Bolton. Stadola from the backcourt, and a Avalanche on the net. I think it was Braum who touched the twine. And it's 11-5 in favor of Camosun. Conlon will go back to serve. Conlon, 4th-year player to Calgary. His serve goes long. It's a service error, and it's 11-6 Chargers. Chanel will go back to serve. Chanel, again, in his second year out of Swift Current. His uncle played baseball with his current coach, Cisco. Interesting fact. This one just sent over on the free ball. Avalanche trying to take advantage. That one blocked by Bolton. Grusing tried to do everything he could just to get around and make an adjustment midair. The set was tight to not only the net, but the antenna as well, and then the stuff came in by Bolton. Rapping back to serve out of Prince Albert. Here he comes. This is Polycarpo. Dug off the shoulder of LaGuardia. Comes up with a smile on his face. He's been hit a few times as LaGuardia. It's a kill by Polycarpo, his first of the playoffs. There's Braum. His serve goes way long. 2 service errors by Braum in this set, and it's 13-7. And Bolton back to serve. The Chargers' interesting formation right at the net while their player goes back and serves. Served by Bolton, played by Polycarpo. In the middle, that one tapped over. Rejected. Grusing with a big block. Adolson was looking for a kill, but Grusing said no way. And it's 13-8, and now he'll go back to serve. Reed Grusing. 342 kills with the Olds College club. Now he's here with COTR. Throws that ball so high. Good pass by LaGuardia. Out of the backcourt, Bolton with a kill. But again, the pass by LaGuardia starts everything, doesn't it? Good first pass. I wonder how many balls he has received on the service line throughout his career with the Chargers. Might be triple digits. Serger, good pass. Out of the backcourt. Curring with a huge block, or pardon me, a huge kill, and it's 14-9. Grusing, who's a heavy-duty mechanic, so he's got all sorts of upper body strength, and he showed it there. Here's Polycarpo. His serve into the net, and it's 15-9. Look for Schindel to get this ball from Stodula. If he can get it over the net. Last time he was unsuccessful. Here he comes. He goes to Clark. Clark's over bump. Nice play by Thiessen to bring it back to the left-handed tip. In the middle! Conlon with a huge blast. Good effort by Thiessen to keep the ball and attempt to set for his teammate Smeese, but it was a tough set to be successful, and the left-handed tip gave the free ball to the Chargers. Stodula, his serve. Clark with a better pass this time. Out of the backcourt, Polycarpo with a kill. His second of the afternoon, and it's 16-10 Chargers. Smeese will go back to serve. His serve off the top of the net. Bolton is there. Adolf, that one's blocked. Adolfson, I should say. Here he's going to get another crack at it and gets it down in front of the block. Adolfson with 4 kills on the afternoon, and it's 17-10. And a timeout taken by the Avalanche there, second in this first set. Tough to say what happened to the Avalanche in the later stages of the season. I know Polycarpo only played one of the matches on the road here to the island, which could signify either an illness or an injury. That is a long bus and ferry ride for the Avalanche that they have to do every single year when they come here to the island. It's no easy task. You have to compete with traffic on the ferry, traffic on the roadways, and earthquakes, as we discovered today. During the women's first semifinal, there was an earthquake around a seashell that they felt here in Nanaimo. I didn't feel it standing on this little platform of mine, but some of the folks around the gymnasium said that they felt the earthquake. A 4.8 too, apparently. Not a big fan of that, I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of the earthquake. Edolfsson, his first serve after the timeout. That's a ball that goes off the shoulder, and Polycarpo gets a kill. He has been the main source of offense for the Avalanche all season long. They need some other players to step up, like a Braum or Smees or Schindel. Bolton has to Rappin has to chase that one down. What a spot there by Bolton. Heads up. Saw the players pinch from the backcourt in. He found a perfect spot in that back corner and made the spot and got the point, 18-11. Scherzer will check back in for the Chargers. And Conlon, who's getting married in July, is going to go back to serve. And here he comes. And it goes into the net with some barking, standing right behind. The Capilano Blues women's team is behind the Chargers where they would serve, and they've been barking. And now they're going to continue to bark because of the missed serve. Wrapping up for the serve. Somebody was over or touched the net. Yeah, they say that the Avalanche were over the net. Polycarpo wants to talk things over and ask the official the call. That'll bring up Coach Ferrero as well to ask. That's a tough call against his team. Quick conversation with the official, and it's 19-12 Chargers. And Rapin will go back to serve. These guys can jump so high, it's so hard to tell. Rapin serve. Handled there by Polycarpo in the middle. Braum off a block and gets the kill. That's two for Braum, and it's 19-13. Now a substitution for the Avalanche. Albert Francisco out of Winnipeg will take out Braum, who's missed the last couple of serves. So Coach Ferrero not taking any chances in bringing in Francisco. Last year played in Manitoba. CMU transferred over to the PACWEST, hoping to get back to Manitoba in a couple of weeks with a national berth. That serve goes long. And Braum will pop right back up and take out Francisco. So 20-13 now Chargers. And Bolton will go back to serve. Bolton spins the ball in his hand. Only one small bark this time from the Capilano women's team. That one off a block, and I think it hit Edolfsson as he came back down, so the Avalanche get the point. And Gersing will go back to serve. Trailing by 6, it's 20-14, Chargers. Gersing into the net, and it's 21-14. Conlon will come back in. LaGuardia will sit down. Serger back to serve. Serger deep in that corner, and here he comes. His serve. Clark with a bump. Thiessen with the chicken wing save. And a free ball here for the Chargers. That one blocked by Polycarpo, but he's all over the net. And it's 22-14. He had so much momentum carrying him towards the net and couldn't stop himself or slow himself down in midair. I don't know a lot of people that can do that, so I'm not surprised he drifted into the net. Here's Serger's next serve. And it is long. Just missed the back line. And it's 22-15. Chargers with the lead. And back to serve is Policarpo. Apparently he's the team barber. And I'm looking around at some of those haircuts. I'll stick with my person. Thanks, Diego. Keep your razors to yourself. Shinola with a kill. Nice dig by Policarpo with the one-handed on the left. And there's a kill. As Conlon makes no mistake. And it's 23-15. Sodolo go back to serve. Second-year player to Surrey, who says he cuts his own hair. Well, you maybe see it. His serve. Clark with the pass. And somebody on the net. No, it's just out. Schindel missed that. And it's set point for the Chargers. I was looking at the officials to see if he was going to call somebody on the net, but the Chargers were not. Schindel didn't get that argument. And it's set point. Here's Stodola. His serve is long. Looking for that back corner. And it's still a set point, 25-16. And now an Avalanche will pop up and come into the ball game. Brett Kester. Second-year player out of Prince George. Smith will have a seat. And we'll see what Kester can do. 6 foot out of PG. Still set point Chargers. Adolfson will just get it over. Free ball. Schundel is rejected. And the Chargers draw first blood. 25-16. The win for Camosun, and they jump out 1-0. Take a break. Be back with the second set. You're watching the 2025 PACWEST Volleyball Championship. To the second set we go of this men's semifinal. Brom gets a kill. And the Avalanche have their first lead of the postseason. 1-0. For Brom, it's his third kill of this match. Avalanche, I don't want to say, well, I do want to say it. I think it's a must-win for the Avs this set right here. LaGuardia, a nice pass. This is Sadola, saved by Brom. And Gersing will just send it over. In the middle, Serger is rejected. And it falls to the Avalanche side. Smith and Gersing look at each other going, you get it, I got it. But if you're the Avalanche, who have had problems winning matches in the postseason, you can't go down 2-0 to the Chargers. Bolton will go back to serve. That's why I say it's a must-win. Polycarpo gets it to Thiessen in the middle. Schmies, he's dug with somebody on the net. That's Serger on the net. And it's 2-1 Avalanche. Gersing will go back to serve. Has a brother playing at Brandon University. Volleyball runs deep in their family. Here's the serve. LaGuardia, what a dig. What a dig. Just inside the line, Hedolfsson with another kill. He's been good here this afternoon. Well, officially, I have him for 5 kills. And it's 2-2. This the playoffs and the regular season, just two different, completely different atmosphere. It's just different, isn't it? The postseason. Here's Serger. Nice pass by Clark. In the middle, Schmies will just tap it over. And Olsen, he's rejected. Schmies with a huge stuff. And it's 3-2. Wow, that was impressive. Got the Capilano women's team all excited about that one too as they were cheering. Clearly cheering for the Avalanche. There's an ace for Polycarpo, and it's 4-2. Diego Polycarpo, discovered on YouTube by Coach Cisco Ferrero. His serve. Nice pass by the Chargers. That one tapped over by Conlon. Saved by Gersing, and they'll just tap it over with the Avs. They go back door. Stradola, dug by Clark, chased down by Thiessen. Here's Polycarpo. He's rejected. That one tapped and down. Schindel gets the kill. That's his first point, and it's 5-2 Avalanche. And now the Avs need to clean up some sweat. And Polycarpo. Again, says he's the team barber. I'm looking at the 3 guys in front of the net. I think the barber's been on strike. Adolfsson, dug there by Clark, chased down by Polycarpo. Gersing will send it over, but sends it wide. And it's 5-3 Avalanche. There's a lot of hair on that front court right now with Schmies, Schindel, and Thiessen. Maybe they don't tip well, so Polycarpo said, "The heck with it. I'm not cutting hair." Stradola. His serve into the net. And it's 6-3. And Braun will skip back on as Clark has a seat. And Schmies will go back to serve. Those cool shoes. Somewhat matching with Cisco Ferreira's shoes. And their jersey, of course. Adolfsson rejected there by Braun with a big block. There's Braun and Thiessen that put up the wall, and Braun got all of it. And it's 7-3. Here's Schmies. The serve. Gonna go in the middle. Conlon is blocked. It was Braun. Adolfsson. Dug by Gersing, chased down by Schmies. This will be a free ball, just tapped by Conlon. Ooh, that might be a mistake. Schindel off the block. LaGuardia with a pretty dig. Policarpo from the backcourt. Who else? LaGuardia. What a play. LaGuardia, and then it was Rappin. Table and knock it down. But LaGuardia saved the Chargers' bacon twice in that particular sequence. He's 5'4". He's unbelievable back there. How he knows where to position himself, it is absolutely incredible. He's going to be missed next year when he's no longer in the PACWEST. Thiessen has to save it. Policarpo just sends it over. Chargers looking to take advantage. Down by 3 in the middle. Conlon will get the kill. Coach Ferreira pops up. Has a few marching orders for Braum, particularly. The lead is cut to 2. Adolphson, his serve. Handled there by Clark. Gersing, pretty dig there by Adolphson. Somebody on the net, I believe. It's a double hit, it's called. And the Avs get the .85. And Thiessen back to serve. The setter out of Mitchell, Manitoba. Backcourt, Sturlo will just knock it over. Thiessen is there. Here's Clark. Schindel, he's rejected. A big wall set up by the Chargers, and they get their 6th point. Rappin, I believe, was the one that got his hands on it. It's 8-6 now in favor of the Avalanche. Conlon back to serve. Boy, these Chargers like to take all sorts of time back there before they actually serve. Clark with a good pass. Out of the backcourt, Policarpo off a block and down. That's 4 for Diego. Schindel go back to serve. Schindel, who calls himself a great golfer as well. A couple guys on the team maybe not agreeing 100% with his self-proclaimed best golfer on the team comment. Off the block and down, Bolton gets credited with it. That's his 3rd to match his jersey number, and it's 9-7 in favor of the Avalanche. And Rappin will go back to serve. 4th-year player to Prince Albert. And here comes the setter. Policarpo with a nice pass. In the middle, Braum is blocked. Somebody on the net, it's Braum on his follow-through. And it's 9-8. The Serger read that perfectly and had the block, assisted by the net call, and it's 9-8 Avs. And here's the serve by Rappin. Just over the net. Policarpo is there. He's going to get it back. Diego cross court and down. Not even the great Chris LaGuardia could get that one. And it's 10-8 Avs with Braum going back to serve. He's had all sorts of trouble so far in this match. Serving in. Hasn't got one in yet. Now he does. LaGuardia with a nice pass. This is Bolton. He's rejected by Policarpo, and then deflected off Bolton again and out of bounds. Point to the Avs. 11-8. Here's Braum. His serve. It's an overbump. Can the Avs use it? Going right back to Diego. It goes cross court. It goes out, but did it touch? It's out. No touch. It traveled along the top of the net just briefly and then went out of bounds, went wide. It's 11-9 Avalanche. With Bolton back to serve. Here he comes. Policarpo right up against the net, and this one is going to be sent out of bounds. Miscommunication. Policarpo with the pass. Thiessen and Polycarpo talking about it within that Avalanche huddle right now. But there was some miscommunication. Chargers get their 10th point, and it's 11-10 for COTR. And here comes Bolton. Bolton serve, handled there by Polycarpo. This time they're going to go to Gersing, who's rejected. And Olofsson with another block. Boy, he's played well. Playing so big at the net right now, all 6'4" of them, out of Norway. And the match is tied, the set is tied, 11-11. Here he comes. Bolton into the net. It's interesting, somebody on the Avalanche bench, I could hear as the gym was quiet, he's going to go down the line. And I don't know if Bolton also heard that and tried to adjust his serve to counter that comment, but he went right into the net. Gersing didn't like his toss, and he throws it into the net. You could tell a little stutter step before he approached. That toss has got to be somewhat perfect. Although one volleyball coach told me that the toss is never the problem. It's if you can't adjust to your toss, which leads me to believe it was the toss in the first place. If you have to adjust. And there's an ace. Serger. Right? I mean, if it tells me well, that it's not the toss, it's the body, moving the body and where you hit it. Well, but if the toss isn't good, then you have to change your body. Oh well. Chargers have the lead, 13-12. Polycarpo with a huge kill. Got up and over the block. He just jumped so high. It's 13-13. Comparatively, on some of this, the height of Polycarpo, he's only 6'2". Some of these other guys are humongous compared to that, and he just jumps right over them. Free ball, here he comes again. Off the block and down. He jumped from the back row and still got up high enough to get over the blocks. And they retake the lead, 14-13. The Brazilian back to serve. He actually also plays piano. A guy with so much power is still able to tickle the ivories. That a perfect spot there. Good work by Rappin. (14-all). Stradola back to serve. Takes a lot of time as he holds that ball way out from his body. Tosses it up, and here he comes. And Clark with a nice pass to Thiessen. They're going to go back to Diego. Down the line, LaGuardia there. In the middle, tried to quick set. Conlon had to adjust his body just to knock it over. Here's Polycarpo again with the kill. You know it's going to him. Still can't stop it. As 15-14. Pretty impressive. Schmies back to serve now. His serve. And Olofsson with a nice pass. Out of the backcourt. That was Stradola. And he gets the kill. Adolfsson back to serve. His third year out of Norway. (15-15), and here comes the Norwegian. That's off the arms and out of play. Schindel couldn't handle it, and it's an ace. And the Chargers retake the lead, 16-15 here in the second set after they won the first set, 25-16. Adolfsson back to serve again. And here he comes. Handled there by Clark. Thiessen going to sit up. Polycarpo, who is blocked by Bolton somehow. Gersing almost knocked it over, but it went just out of bounds. and the Chargers get the point. And a timeout is called by the Avalanche. Trying to find some success in the postseason, particularly in a semifinal. They've never won a semifinal, have the Avalanche. They've never played in a gold medal match here in the PACWEST. 3 straight bronze medalists for the Avs, but they want a different color medal this year. And as I said off the top of the broadcast, the winner of this match, regardless of what happens tomorrow in the gold medal, will go to the national championship. PACWEST receiving 2 berths, a conference champion and a wild card. And for the first time ever, the championships are in Manitoba. So much on the line. Yeah, you want to win gold, but you also want to get to the Nationals. The next men's semifinal coming up at 8 o'clock. It's the Mariners and the Royals. Will meet the winner of this match in tomorrow's gold, but also probably travel with them to Manitoba. Chargers have been to the Nationals plenty of times and have won national gold more than once as well. Avalanche have never won a semifinal. Trailing here by 2, 17-15, and the trail on the big board 1-0. Adolfsson, his serve. Schindel with a nice pass in the middle. It's Braum. He's rejected by Conlon. And the Avs just don't seem to be on the same page. There's a lot of palms in the air, like the body language not good for the Avalanche right now. It's really good on the blue side. The Chargers, that one into the net, and it's 18-16. By no means are the Avalanche out of it. They just don't look like they're energized enough and on the same page. Thiessen back to serve. Here he comes. This one a bad set looking for Bolton, but Rappin, not a very good set, pushed it too far into the scorer's table. And it's 18-17 with Thiessen back to serve again. Got an athletic family. His brother plays football in the Canadian Junior Football League for the Prince George Kodiaks. He's a quarterback. Rappin tried to tap it over, but Braum was there to say no way. He read that tap the whole way as the pass was traveling in towards the net. Braum had an inkling that that might be a tip ball, and he got up and blocked it back to tie it at 18. So Thiessen's brother, there's an ace, is a quarterback, and he's a setter, which arguably is the quarterback of the offense in the volleyball world. So the ace gets the Avs to 19. It's 19-18. And maybe a string like this from Thiessen can turn their fortunes. Here he comes. Into the net. Maybe I jinxed him. I apologize, Boston. Ties it at 19. Conlon will go back to serve. Recovered from major knee surgery a couple of years ago is Conlon. He's back here playing at a high level. Gersing! Wow. If that doesn't fire you up, I really don't know what is going to. Other than maybe a gigantic block. But a kill like that, that's got to get a guy rolling, right? 2019. Schindel. His serve, handled there by Bolton. Rappin's going to go backcourt. Stodola was rejected by the net, and it's 21-19 Avs. Remember, the Chargers won the first set, 25-16. We saw a 3-set sweep in the women's semifinal before this one. The Camosun Chargers beat the Capilano Blues on the women's side. And that sails long, and it's 21-20. And Rappin, the setter, will go back to serve for Camosun, trailing by a point. Here's his serve. Policarpo, tough pass. Thiessen tracked it down. Gersing off a block. LaGuardia. Free ball here by the Avalanche. Chargers trying to take advantage. Todola will just tap it over, but Braum is there. Thiessen tracks that one down. Here's Policarpo! And he gets it to go. Great job on both sides of the net to keep the ball alive. The Avalanche have Braum using his hands to keep the ball alive. And then Thiessen tracked it down, set up Policarpo, and he did the rest. Here's Braum. He gets a serve in. Rapid in the middle. Serger with a big blast. That's his second. And it's 22-21. That was so quick developing. Short set. Serger with his big frame able to leap and knock it down, all 6'7" of them. It's such a quick forming play. And Serger with the purple shoes. I don't know if the Charger coaching staff has talked to him. The purple shoes really don't go well with the blue jersey. After a little sweat maintenance, they are ready to serve it up again. Here's Thiessen, going to go to Policarpo. LaGuardia with a dig into the stands, and Policarpo gets another kill. And back to serve. 23-21. Gersing. His serve. There's a better toss. LaGuardia pops it up. Now a free ball here. Stodola will send it over. Chanel with the pass. Here's Policarpo. Dug by Bolton. Adolfsson. Adolfsson gets a kill. Avalanche just couldn't take advantage of that free ball. They didn't get a very good first pass, and then Policarpo had to take something off it just to get it over the net, which allowed the Chargers to set up their offense and get the ball down. And it's 23-22 Avalanche. Here's Serger. His serve. And it's too long. And it's set point for COTR. And Policarpo will go back to serve. Where's he going to go? His serve is into the net. And it's 24-23. And a timeout now taken by the Avalanche. Boy, an opportunity missed again. The Avs have set point. You got your big thunderous server, and Policarpo back to serve, and he throws it into the net. Avalanche swept the weekend series in Cranbrook earlier this year against the Chargers. And then just a couple of weeks ago, with the Avalanche making the trip to Pisces and Victoria, it was the Chargers that came away with a weekend sweep. 24-23. Here in the second set of this men's semifinal. Tomorrow is medal day. The women's bronze is at 1, the men's bronze at 3, the women's gold is at 5:30, and then the men's gold will be at 8 o'clock. It's a quick playoff season in the PACWEST with just 4 schools making it. Just 6 schools have a volleyball program. Hopefully there'll be a couple other schools that either come online or decide to have a volleyball program. Looking at you, Langara. That'd be nice to get the Falcons in the volleyball side of things. They have basketball and soccer. Set point still, Avalanche. Trying to end it here. Policarpo off a block. Bolton with the save. Adolfsson rejected. Schmies with a big block, and it ends the second set. So we're all knotted at one. The Avalanche with a 25-23 victory to tie this match after losing the first set 25-16. We're headed for the third. You're watching the 2025 PACWEST Volleyball Championship. To the third set we go of this men's semifinal. The number 1 Avalanche and the number 4 Chargers, all knotted at one. The Chargers drew first blood 25-16. Avalanche win 25-23 moments ago. And we go to the third set. The Chargers sending out Rappin, Serger, Bolton, Stradola, Conlon, LaGuardia, and Adolfson. The Avalanche countering with Policarpo, Braum, Gersing, Clark, Thiessen, and Francisco, Albert Francisco, getting his first start of the playoffs. Third-year guy to Winnipeg. We saw him in the first set miss a serve. Gets his serve in here. And Stradola saved there by Thiessen. This one be knocked up. Policarpo somehow climbs the ladder and knocks it in. What looked like a broken play, I guess, is never broken when Policarpo's around. We can leap that high. 1-0 Avalanche. Here's Francisco. They're going to set up Bolton off a block, off Thiessen, and down, and it's 1-1. To side out. And Rappin back to serve. Here's Rappin serve to Policarpo. Right back to Diego. And he goes too long on that one. He had 3 blockers to contend with. Oh, must have been a net call. It was. It's a net call against the Chargers. So the Avs get the point. Braum serve. Henner there by Bolton. In the middle, Serger. He goes long. 3-1 Avalanche. Here's Braum. His serve. And they knock it over to the Chargers. Here's Polycarpo, goes left hand. The Chargers are on the net. Even his left hand looks pretty dangerous. A nice pass and a nice take by LaGuardia, though. Somehow able to get his left hand on it. Here's Braum. This one right up against the net. Tipped over by Schmies. There's Polycarpo with a two-handed slam. And it's 5 on Avalanche. Now time is called to wipe up some sweat. Here's Braum, his serve. LaGuardia up to wrap it in the middle. Serger off the net and gets it down. 5-2 in favor of the Avalanche, with Bolton going back to serve. Jake Bolton learning Portuguese and Norwegian just by being around some of his teammates. Kind of a cool story. In the middle, Schmies for the big blast. That's something I regret, is not learning a second language. And I know as an adult you can try to learn a second language. I know English and I know American. That's Gersing into the net again. And it's 6-3. But if you can learn a different language, boy, it's so valuable. 6-3, and Serger will go back to serve. And why not take advantage of a couple of international student athletes and teammates? There's an ace. Serger's been great from the service line tonight, hasn't he? He's played big at the net, but back in the backcourt with the serve, he's been very good, the Aussie. And here he comes again. His serve. Francisco with a nice pass to Thiessen. Here's Polycarpo, takes something off it. Bolton able to get to it. Gonna set up Stradola. Off Thiessen out of bounds. He had two guys to contend with. Good adjustment to send it right down towards where the setter is. And Thiessen couldn't handle it. And the lead cut to 1. Serger's serve. Clark with a nice pass up to Thiessen. And Gersing in the net to tie the ball game. It's 6-6, and 1-1 will go back to serve again, Serger. Lachlan Serger, an all-star this year. And I can see why. He's been good. Polycarpo's pass, not a good one. Schmies has to track that one down on a free ball. Can the Chargers take advantage? In the middle, they do! Conlon with a huge kill. (7-6). Be noted that the Camosun Charger public address announcer has made his way here to Nanaimo, and he's doing a nice job on the microphone. In the middle, that one tapped over by Schmies. Sugar there. Stradola, he'll just tip it over. Clark with a nice pass. There's Polycarpo off a block. Conlon tried to save it, he did. Pardon me, that was Adolphson. Polycarpo again, this time he's rejected. But the Chargers are on the net. And Adolphson calling for another towel. I think Stradola was on the net. He didn't like the call, but he's not going to win that argument. (7-7) the score. Polycarpo will go back to serve at first. So cleaning up the sweat left by somebody. Nobody hit the floor. These teams are playing so hard. Polycarpo back to serve. The Avalanche crowding the right side of the net. Here he comes. He'll go to LaGuardia. Nice pass to Rapid. Adolfson off a block. Francisco is there. They go back to Diego. Nice dig, but just couldn't get there was Stadola. Nice dig by Bolton, but man, that ball comes so hard off of Polycarpo's hand. If you don't hit it square on the return, it's going to go somewhere else like we just saw there. Polycarpo could just hit the ball so hard. 8-7 the lead for the Avs. Here he comes. In the middle! That's Conlon with a kill. Conlon's been good out of the middle. They haven't had really an answer for him in the middle of the floor. You got Schmitz and also Gersing. Now Gersing's in the back court now. So it's kind of a smaller front court for the Avs. And Conlon trying to take advantage. Sadola just misses the back line. Speaking of some size, here comes Braun. As Clark will depart. And now Schmitz. 8-8. Schmitz. Good pass. Here's Rapid in the middle. There's Conlon again. Going right at Braun now that he's checked in. Well, why not? They haven't been able to stop him. Ties it at 9. And Adolfson will go back to serve again. And here he comes. Off the top of the net, but Clark plays it nicely. They go to Polycarpo. You might want to check the floor for a dent. Holy cow. And Thiessen will go back to serve after that big blast. Here he comes. Good pass by Bolton. He's going to get it back. Bolton goes off a block. Thiessen's there. Polycarpo. To Gerwing. Gerwing right down the line, and he gets a kill. Now Thiessen with a 2-point lead. Here he comes. Another good pass by Bolton in the middle. Conlon, this time he's stuffed. Ethan Braun with a rejection. And finally they stop Conlon in the middle. It's fun to watch the players' reactions, isn't it? Whether it's a big block or a big kill. Bolton with another nice pass. Sadola. Sadola just inside the line. It's a tough call for the official. He hung in there with that flag, but that ball was coming with some velocity. Had to get out of the way and make the call. They don't get paid enough, those flag folks. Harm's way a lot. There's Polycarpo. Stadola with a nice dig. Now Bolton trying to put it away, and he does. What a dig, though. Stadola off the right hand of Polycarpo, and then Bolton puts it away. Here's Conlon. His serve. Handled there by Francisco. Grusing. Grusing starting to heat up and gives his teammates a 2-point lead. Conlon will sit down. LaGuardia back in. And Francisco. With those teal shoes, here he comes. His serve. Bolton with a nice pass, going to go right back to him, but Francisco with the dig. Here's Polycarpo, just inside the back line. I've got him for 15 kills to match his jersey number. (14-11). The serve by Francisco. Gonna go right back to Bolton, this time a two-handed dump. Thiessen's there. Polycarpo off the block and down. And now Calvin Ma, the head coach of the Chargers, wants to talk things over. Down by 3, it's 15-11. Avalanche. Well, what I saw from their body language in the first and second set completely changed now here in this third set. They have come alive thanks to the right hand of Polycarpo. Give some of those players in the backcourt a lot of credit, not even just some, a lot of credit. The libero Clark has been terrific. Thiessen's been tracking down the ball as well. They throw in a block by Braum, and some momentum shift is happening here inside this gymnasium. And in the favor of the number 1 seed Avalanche. One set apiece. The Chargers winning the first set big, 25-16. And then the Avalanche coming back with a tight second set victory, 25-23. And now here we are in the third. Out of the timeout, Chargers are on the floor. Here come the Avalanche. And the serve goes back to Francisco. Albert Francisco, third-year guy out of Manitoba. Apparently he brings mustard to the bench to prevent cramping every match. I've heard of pickle juice before, but mustard? And out of a package, like a squeeze package? Serger gets it down. I don't know if I can handle it. You ever get like a clump of mustard in your burger or your hot dog, and you're like, oh, man. And that's with a meat and bun tossed in there. Just a mustard packet? Eesh. No thanks. Rapping with the serve in the middle for Braum with the kill. Heads up play by the fans on the back end, too, and ricocheted off LaGuardia, and a fan had to stick out his foot just to protect him and his friend. Good quick reaction, good footwork back there. Maybe he's a soccer player. 16-11, Braum at the serve. LaGuardia. And now Bolton from the backcourt, he's rejected. Stadola there, in the middle for Serger, inside the back line. And that timeout certainly worthwhile, called by Coach Ma. Chargers have got the last 2 points back. It's 16-13. Well, I guess the last point, right? Point before was the ricochet off the fan's foot. There's Polycarpo, pardon me, Gerwing, and he's rejected. Grusing, and rejected by Adolfson. Serger was sniffing around as well for a block, and it's 16-14. Here comes Bolton. His serve handled there by Polycarpo. Going to go right back to him. Well, maybe some miscommunication. Just a free ball now by the Avalanche. Serger tipped it over. Grusing was there. Now Polycarpo off a block and down. Coach Ferrero very quickly up off the bench. There was definitely some miscommunication. The Avalanche were lucky to get the ball over the net on that third hit. And he couldn't quite take advantage of the tip. And then Polycarpo was blocked, and the lead is now cut to 1. Here's Bolton. Clark. Here's Polycarpo off a block. Bolton is right there. In the middle, Serger. The Avalanche can't get it over. Serger with a kill. 6 unofficially for Serger. And it's tied at 16. Well, again, the timeout coming at a very good time by Coach Ma. Here's a serve by Bolton. Francisco, not a good pass. Thiessen tracks that one down now. Free ball sent over by Clark. LaGuardia. Now it's Stadola. Stadola is rejected. Polycarpo and Schmies getting their hands on it. I think it was Schmies. Wow. 17-16. Grusing with his serve. Adolfson right up against the net. He's going to get it back. That one tough set to handle, but he's somehow able to hover in the air, just get it over the net to tie it at 17. Nice play by the Norwegian. And Serger, who's been so good from the service line, going to go back to serve. His serve. Nice pass by Clark. Here's Polycarpo off a block. Adolfson tight to the net, blocked there by Thiessen, goes off a charger, coming back the other way. Serger gets it over. Polycarpo rejected. Stadola with a huge stuff. And it's 18-17 Chargers. And now Polycarpo is going to have a conversation with the official sent over by Ferrara. Not sure what the conversation is about. But it's interesting, looking over at that Avalanche bench, one of the players, I believe it was Jace Wilson, after the block had his hands on his head in disbelief. I mean, he's not wrong. It's very difficult to block Polycarpo. And when it happens, it's rare. So I was a little stunned myself. But credit Stadola. A huge block, able to read the play, and now Polycarpo's second conversation sent over by Ferrara. The official wants to have this conversation be finished. Polycarpo will deliver the message back to Cisco, and he says, okay, and he sits down. So after all that, it's 18-17 Chargers, and here comes Serger. And his serve travels long. Now, maybe the second conversation was somewhat strategic. And Serger says, I hit my wrist. 18-18. I don't know, but maybe you throw off the guy's timing. Polycarpo serve. In the middle, that's a big rejection. Schmies got his hands on it. Chargers still have the ball. That's another block. Schmies and Thiessen at the net, and then they force the shot by Adolfson to go up and over and wide, and it's 19-18. Great playing at the net by Thiessen and Schmies. Francisco going to have a seat. Schindel checks in for the first time in this third set. Schindel, the second-year kid out of Swift Current, and it's 19-18. Avs with the lead. There's Polycarpo. Good pass by Bolton. Bolton from the backcourt, just inside the line. Bolton was awfully close to that attack line before takeoff. But nobody saw it. Must have been A-OK, and it's 19-19. Stadola will go back to serve, and here he comes. And he goes into the net. Stadola's been having his challenges from that service line. Now another substitution as Brett Kester will come in for Schmies, and he will go back to serve, Will Kester. They call him Squid. I don't know if I can call him Squid to his face, but that's what the Avalanche told me. The nickname is Squid. His serve gets over the net. Here's Adolfson. And he goes long. But it's off an Avalanche, it looks like. Oh, my mistake, no. Oh, hang on, yeah, it did. It went off an Avalanche. Oh, Kester's, or Squid, his performance is over as he'll go back on the bench. And Clark, the libero, comes back in. So 2020 after the tip. Adolfson, his serve into the net. Back-to-back service errors by the Chargers, giving free points to the Avalanche, who now lead by one, 21-20. Both teams looking to take advantage in this match. And here's Thiessen. His serve. Bolton handles it. Back to Bolton. Bolton will just get it over and just wide. Boy, that was good placement. Just missed. And Calvin Ma, the coach of the Chargers, says, I want to talk things over. Down by 2. It's 22-20 in favor of the number 1 seeded Avalanche. Looking to take advantage in this match. Lost the first match by the score of 25-16, then came back and won the second, 25-23. It's back and forth. It's very competitive. Both teams, it might be a 1 versus 4 matchup, but they're very competitive and very balanced. But the Avalanche need some secondary scoring. It's been all Polycarpo. Smeese with a few. Grusing with a few. You got Braun mixed in there with 4. It's been okay, but I'm sure as a coaching staff and a fan of the Avalanche, you want to see a little bit more production from other guys, not necessarily Polycarpo, particularly in the playoffs. You have all sorts of success in the regular seasons. It's just different. And here in the postseason, they're still feeding him. He is the best player in the conference. But you do need a little bit of scoring from somebody else. Thiessen gets that one in. Chargers just send it over on the free ball. There's some secondary scoring. Has Grusing with a big blast, and it's 23-20. He's a guy that needs to step up. Fourth-year player, fourth-year eligibility. Had over 300 kills with Olds College. He's a guy that needs to step up. He did right there. I've got him for 5 kills unofficially in this one. In the middle, that one off a block. Avalanche trying to take advantage. Polycarpo will just knock it over. Now the Chargers trying to take advantage. Here's Bolton with a tip. Thiessen is there. Polycarpo! Although when you're that good, it's okay to be the primary guy. And now set point for the Avs. 24-20. Thiessen back to serve. And here he comes. Thiessen serve. And out there, Bolton right up against the net, and it's Braun with a two-handed stuff. And the Avalanche win the third set, 25-20. And they're up in this match 2-1. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with the fourth set. You're watching the 2025 PACWEST Men's Volleyball Championship. To the fourth set we go of this men's semifinal. It's the Chargers and the Avalanche. The Chargers trailing now the Avalanche 2-1. And Matthew Rappin will start off this fourth set. Decent in the middle. That's Braum with a big kill. He's one of those guys that needs to have that secondary scoring that we talked about in the last set. There can't always just be Polycarpo. Here's Braum. Chargers trying to counter here. Stradola, somebody all over the net. It was Stradola. And it's 2-0 Avs. Gustavo Bertoli, I just noticed, is on the Avalanche bench here. A guy that's been around for a long time, no longer eligible to play, but nice to see him here. Serger misses wide, and it's 3-0 Avalanche. Bertoli, I think he played for the Avalanche for about 9 years. Such a good guy. I had a chance to talk to him last year after the bronze medal win. And there's a call against the Chargers and over the net it looks, so it's 4-0 Avalanche. But yeah, just got a big smile on his face. Obviously last year too, the Avalanche were one of the best teams, if not the best in the conference. They had an injury which really put them back. They didn't have success in the playoffs in that semifinal. They win the bronze, but to have a guy like, and there's another whistle against the Chargers, they want to call a timeout. 5-0 Avalanche, and Calvin Moss says, woo. We don't want this one slipping away that quickly. Calls timeout. But just to have a conversation post-match with Bertoli last year, big smile on his face, obviously disappointing, not the medal that they wanted to win, but it was a bronze. They still won a medal, still won hardware. He was so happy, which was awesome to see. It's one of those things too. Do you want to finish your season with a win or with a loss? Like, obviously everybody wants to win gold, but is silver better than bronze? Yeah, you're second, but you lost your last game of the year. Where you win bronze, you win. Anyway, it was fun. It was fun to talk to Bertoli. And it's awesome that he's here. Must be an assistant coach, although he doesn't really have a clipboard or anything in his hands. There's more the cheerleader and the wily veteran that he is. He can maybe give some tips throughout the match. So after the timeout, we'll see if that changes anything. Oh yeah, good to see Gustavo Bertoli on the sideline here on the bench of the Avalanche. Here's Braum. Good pass by the Chargers in the middle. That's Serger. Just tips it over. Nobody's there. Perfect placement for Serger. And the Chargers are on the board. It's 5-1. Chargers won the opening set 25-16. Then the Avalanche won the next two 25-23 and 25-20. And now here we are on this fourth set. Chargers trying to extend it. Avalanche trying to win it. And here's Bolton. Nice pass by Polycarpo. Diego Polycarpo. 6-1 Avalanche. And Grusing going to go back to serve. The heavy-duty mechanic that he is. Throws that ball high. Here he comes. Nice pass by LaGuardia. Out of the backcourt, that's Bolton just inside the line. You know, you look at Bolton, his roster, or the roster that I have says 6'2". I don't know. That's pushing it a little bit. But boy, can he jump. He's been on display here in this semifinal. Here's Serger, that goes into the net. And now it's 7-2. And Polycarpo will go back to serve. And you can see on your screen the formation that the Avalanche have. Everybody on the right side of the net all stacked up. And here comes Diego. His serve. LaGuardia just gets it over. They're going to set up Polycarpo from the backcourt. And off a hand. And he gets the kill. (8-2) Avalanche. Back to serve as he goes through his routine, wipes the bottom of his shoes, spins the ball in his hand and throws up, and here he comes, and he goes into the net. May have been rushed a little bit. He still wasn't quite set back there on the service line as the referee blew him in. Now a substitution for the Chargers. Cozy will come into the ball game. And having a seat is Sodola. Also in the ball game is Woldring. There's a dig. Woldring will check that one down. Now Dolson to Braum. Thiessen trying to end it here for Polycarpo. Goes off a block and out of bounds. And he gets the kill. So first time we've seen a couple of new Chargers come into the ball game. As Woldring and Cozy. I don't know how long they'll stay. I'm interested that Gabriel Spinelli, part of the all-rookie team, has not seen action yet. Smith with the serve. There is a shot just wide. That was Woldring. Boy, he's been sitting on the bench with a lot of pent-up anger, and he hammered that ball, but hammered it too wide. And it's 10-3. Smith, his serve goes well long, and it's 10-4. Now Clark pops up and checks back in, the veteran libero, and Smith will have a seat. Gets a high five from Bertoli. And back to serve is Adolfsson. And here he comes. Clark with a nice pass. Tracked down by Thiessen. Out of the backcourt. Grusing. That's a big kill, and it's 11-4 Avalanche. 6 kills unofficially for Grusing. And Boston Thiessen now. Thiessen serve, handled there by LaGuardia. On the far side, wow. Woldring. Wow, you look at a guy like that with a huge swing on him, and this is the first time we've seen him. Here's Conlon. Dug by Clark. And now Grusing, pardon me, goes long, and it's 11-6. Now, if you're the Avalanche, you got to be very careful. You had the lead. You don't want to have evaporated. Got to try to bounce back. If you're the Avs, if you're the Chargers, you want to just keep this momentum going, keep doing what you're doing. Here's Conlon. Clark, Thiessen's got to chase that one down. And now Grusing will just send it over. Chargers with a free ball into the net. Woldring just knocked it into the net, and it's 12-6. LaGuardia is going to come back on. Conlon will have a seat, and Albert Francisco. I wonder if he had his mustard packet before coming into this one. Chargers go to work now. Here's Bolton. Bolton will just tap it over. Thiessen's there. Francisco. Here's Polycarpo. You just look at Braum's face. He's enjoying watching Polycarpo go to work. I think also the Avalanche are pretty excited about that set by Francisco. It must have been the mustard. Now the question is, do you go with the French's mustard or the Dijon mustard? What do you go with? Bolton will just send it over in the free ball. Clark, now Thiessen. Here's Polycarpo again. Just inside the line. And it's 14-6 Avalanche. Whatever you do, you got to make sure it's Canadian, right? You don't just buy Canadian products. Thank you very much. I think French's is Canadian, isn't it? Mustard, yeah. Oh. Well, he mustered that into the net. And now substitution. Stradola will come back in. Cozy will have a seat. And Rappin going to come back in as well, as Woolring will have a seat. So maybe Calvin Maw just giving a couple players an opportunity to take a breath and see what the Avalanche are doing to try to combat that. Down by touchdown, it's 14-7. And a serve that goes wide. Well, Rappin, who was just on the bench, comes off the bench and sends it wide. Here's Braum now with a 15-7 advantage. His serve is an ace. Goes off the arms of Bolton and into the stands. A few extra bodies are starting to file in here to VIU because the Mariners women's team are set for their semifinal coming up at 5:30, and then the men to follow. Stradola with a huge kill. Wow. And it's 16-8. Well, whatever Stradola saw on the bench, he used it to his advantage with that big kill. Bolton. The guitar playing Jake Bolton. That's a cool instrument to learn. Up against the net for Thiessen. That one just tapped over by Schmies. Thiessen will get it to here to Polycarpo. Down the line, but wide. And it goes out of bounds. Here's Bolton. His float serve gets over. Francisco is there. This is Polycarpo off a block. And it's down. Good attempt by Reese Clark. But the block was there. Now the lead's cut to 6. And Bolton back to serve again. Here comes Bolton, his serve, floats over to Polycarpo. Diego getting it right back, and what a dig by LaGuardia. On the other side, Kersing, another dig by the Chargers to keep it alive. Adolfson will just knock it over. Thiessen gets it here to Polycarpo. Off a hand and down. What a dig earlier by Chris LaGuardia. Again, the guy, he's only 5'4", but his reach, his extension, his positioning, it's like he's 8 feet tall out there, and sometimes he gets to those balls. There's an excellent libero top in the PACWEST. And I can't imagine anybody much better than him across the country. Stradola with a big kill off a block. And it's 17-11. And Serger back to serve. Conlon back in for Camosun. Here's Serger. Good pass by Clark. Polycarpo just inside the line. Substitution here for the Avalanche, as Smeese is going to check out. Coming in is Schindel. Francisco comes out, so does Braum. And into the ball game, Brett Kester for the Avalanche. Polycarpo back to serve, 18-11. His advantage, and he goes into the net again. And then immediately, Schmies pops up and takes out Kester. Well, that was short-lived for Kester. Says, thanks for missing your serve, Diego. Now I got to go sit on the bench again. Good pass by Polycarpo. Here in the middle, Schmies off a block. Conlon just got a hand on it. They're going to go here to Adolphson. And he goes long. And it's 19-12. And Braum wants in. Does he want? Yeah, he does. Here's Clark. Schmies back to serve. Second-year player out of Swifty. And Seabass gets it over. In the middle, Conlon gets the kill. They've gone away from that, I think, the Chargers have. That was so successful earlier in this match. And that's the first kill for Conlon in probably a set and a half. Maybe credit the defense by the Avalanche, too, for adjusting. Adolphson, his serve. Clark plays that one. There's Polycarpo out of the backcourt. I've got Polycarpo for 25 kills. That scores unofficially. And the Avs 5 points away. Here's Thiessen. Decent serve handle there by Bolton. Gonna go in the middle. That one hit. You could hear it off the fingers of Conlon. It goes long, and it's 21-13 in favor of the Avalanche. A timeout now called by the Chargers. Avalanche are 4 points away from advancing, leading this match 2-1. The Chargers open up with the 25-16 victory in the first set. Then the Avs came back 25-23. And then the third set went to the Avs as well, 25-20. Looking at both sidelines, that Avalanche body language has gotten so much better from earlier on in this match. The first and even the second set, they didn't look comfortable. They didn't look like in sync. They didn't look like they were playing as a team. Well, that's changed. The Chargers, they still look like they're in sync. They just haven't had an answer for Polycarpo. But I think they got away from going down the middle. Now again, I'm no coach for volleyball, and I'm sure Alvin Ma saw something that the Avalanche adjusted their defense. That's maybe why they went away from Conlon so much. But he's been outstanding in the middle. Easy for me to say way back here. Just watching this one, taking this one in just like you are. Here's Thiessen. Good pass by Bolton. Going to go back door. Stradola, he's blocked. That one is blocked as well. Now the Avalanche with an opportunity here. Dug by LaGuardia. Play at the net. Loose ball. It'll be picked up here by the Chargers. That one just tapped over. Nice play by Stradola. Great job on both sides. Grusing had a nice dig. LaGuardia had a couple. And then great placement by Stradola to find the open spot on the floor and score the point. And Conlon will go back to serve. July 12th is his big day. He's getting married on that day. I wonder if his fiance's in the gym right now. Easton will track that one down. There's a big kill. Grusing. I've got 7 for him unofficially, of course. As Francisco will check back in. Albert Francisco. Schindel will have a seat. 22-14. Here's Francisco. He gets that one over the net off Bolton. Not a very good pass. Scherzer's going to have to track that one down. Now it's Bolton. Oh, they made something out of nothing, didn't they? Not a very good first pass by Bolton. And they get to the big man, Scherzer, who makes a nice set. And Bolton knocks it home. 22-15 with Rappin back to serve. Rappin calls himself a farmer as well for Prince Albert. In the middle, Braum is rejected by Scherzer. What a block there. And Farmer Rappin will go back to serve again. 22-16 COTR. What a play by Serger. Wow. Now one just gets over. Clark handles it in the middle again, right back at him, and Braun gets it down this time. He split the two blockers. It was Serger and Bolton that went up to try to stuff him. And Braun said not this time, and it's 23-16. Here's the Kelowna kid, Braun. His third year of eligibility. He wants to be an elementary school teacher, and he's got himself an ace. And the Avalanche 1 point away. It's match point for COTR. And again, the Kelowna kid. Braun serve. LaGuardia, another nice pass. In the middle, Serger with a big kill. Not so fast, says Serger. And it's 24-17, still match point, but no room for error for the Camosun Chargers. Bolton back to serve. Bolton serve. It sails long, and the Avalanche are off to the gold medal match and to the CCAA National Championship. First time in school history that the Avalanche will play for PACWEST Gold and will go to the CCAA National Championships. The PACWEST gets 2 berths. One a conference champion, one a wild card. The Avalanche are definitely one of those. And they will head to Manitoba, which is a cool story because there's a couple of kids on this team from Manitoba. Boston Thiessen's from Mitchell, Albert Francisco's from Winnipeg, Jet Bowen's from Winnipeg. Reese Clark is from Manitoba. It'll be a nice reunion for the Avalanche when they get to Manitoba in a couple of weeks. But first, they will play for PACWEST Gold tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The Chargers will play for bronze at 3 o'clock. As Conlon is the player of the game for the Chargers. Conlon, I thought, was good up the middle, and it was strong. And he definitely deserves player of the match. And no doubt, Volleyball player of the match for the Avalanche. You never would have guessed that, I'm sure. What a match for Diego. We're hoping to catch up with Diego too here in the broadcast booth following this one. Congratulations again. The Avalanche winning in 4. They lose the first set 16-25, and then COTR wins 25-23, 25-20, and 25-17 to round out this match. And the Chargers, a big hug exchange there for Diego Policarpo and Chris LaGuardia. That's nice to see. Everybody giving LaGuardia a hug in his final PACWEST performance. They'll get one more match tomorrow in that bronze medal match, but then his incredible career will come to a close. But congratulations again to the COTR Avalanche. Their women's team won PACWEST Gold, I think it was 2016. Their only PACWEST Gold medal. They're looking to add to that coming up tomorrow. They've got 3 bronze medals to the men, looking for a different color. Well, they will get a different color medal coming up tomorrow, and they definitely want it to be a gold. We're hoping to have Diego Policarpo come and join us here for a post-game interview as the player of the match for the COTR Avalanche, but he's getting a lot of big hugs too, which is nice. He was so dominant in this match. I don't have the exact number, but 25 plus kills for Diego. And the crazy part is, you know he's getting it. You know they're going to go to him. You just can't stop it. You can't stop him, and it's pretty incredible. I don't know if we're going to have Diego come and join us or not, but he's in the stands, he's cheering, he's excited. His team going to the Nationals. for a chance for not only PACWEST gold tomorrow, but a national medal as well. And it'll be fun to watch them in a couple weeks in Manitoba. But first, we're going to see them tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The Avs will face either the hometown Mariners or the Douglas Royals in the gold medal match at 8 o'clock tomorrow. The Chargers will play for bronze at 3 o'clock. We'll step aside. We'll be back with the women's semifinal coming up at 5:30. Once again, congratulations to the COTR Avalanche. They are on their way to the PACWEST gold medal match.